7 days ago, we entered one of the least explored countries on Earth, Suriname, located in the heart of the Amazon rainforest in South America. Since then, we made history by officially locating and mapping the previously uncharted source of the Copenhagen River, but that was just the beginning. Now we're going higher, to one of the most remote places left on Earth, Juliana Top. Standing at 1,280 meters, it's the tallest peak in Suriname, and in fact, more people have been into space than stood on this summit. There's no trail, no infrastructure, no support. We're attempting something potentially less than 50 people have ever done before. Our goal is to become the fastest recorded team to ascend Juliana Top, a Guinness World Record. Can we withstand the relentless jungle long enough to make the climb? The answer waits at the summit.
What time do you think we'll be at the top?
Yeah, I think 2:30. I don't know what the terrain is going to be like, so just based on distance, I'm going to say 2:30.
I hope we can make it at 1, because down is going to be a little faster, and we need about an hour or something on the top.
Let's go, Ash.
Ready to go. Let's hit the highest peak in Suriname. It's the
ready?
first time we've set up camp and we're able to ditch camp, so we're all pretty happy and chilled this morning. We'll leave everything there. We've got our boxes and socks hanging up in the hope that some sunlight gets to them, dries them out a little bit, because we're pretty much putting wet clothes on a daily basis now. But I'm excited. Yeah, we're good. Get to the highest peak. You're looking at 1,280 meters, which doesn't sound high, but when it's covered in jungle and there's no direct route, believe me, it's tough. But we're about to see how tough it is. For the first time, we left behind our tents and much of our equipment to move faster and lighter, but the conditions were far from easy. The humidity was intense, the vegetation thick and unforgiving. Progress was slow, and with dense jungle and steep inclines ahead, teamwork became essential. Reaching the summit would depend on every member of the group working together. Big fat tick, and I just dropped it in my hat. This is our current location, the arrow. 1.8 miles as the crow flies. The crow isn't fly. Very sticky down there in that valley. Very sticky. Look, I'm sweating. It is 7:45 in the morning. I'm sweating. This is all just stinks. But the higher we climb, look at that breeze. And that breeze is so good.
Hey, this is a different climate. Yeah. It's on top of a ridge. You feel the breeze coming over.
Yeah, that breeze is so good.
The breeze is amazing.
Now it's super important to mark the trees, guys, because it's pretty open. It's the easiest to get lost.
We marked the trees with our machetes as we moved, which was a vital step to avoid getting lost in the dense, disorientating jungle. Every decision required focus, and we had to stay vigilant. But even in the intensity of the climb, it was impossible not to pause now and then to take in the raw beauty of the wildlife surrounding us.
They have a sexual dimorphism. That means the difference between the male and the female is a lot. And the males, they are so tiny, they actually parasitize on the body of the female. So sometimes you have to critically look, like, is there a male on the belly?
What? That's crazy. Do they eat it after they've had sexy time?
Sometimes.
Like the black widow?
Yeah, a lot of spiders do.
Jeez. So we've just made it onto the ridge here. Very steep climb. But now we're just going to try to follow this ridge around and hope that it takes us straight to and up to the top of Juliana Top. But there's times it opens out and there's that really nice breeze, but then there's times that it's really dense, and so we're having to make markings like this on the tree so that we can find our way back, because we don't know how dense it's going to be and we don't want to lose this path that we've already made to get back to camp. Size of this rock, massive boulder. It's these that we don't like because it could force us right onto the cliff edge, so we're being careful how to get around it. Oh, I can stretch my arm. eyes. That's awesome. We can see our first view since we started 7 days ago. It's the longest we've been able to see. Feels like we're stretching our eyes. Beautiful. It's just so dense. Whew. We were heading towards a rough path, one we'd only learned about thanks to a heads up from Dick and Matt's friend.
50 meters till we're on the old route of a friend of ours. Yeah, so hopefully from there it's gonna get easier to follow and we can just go along the ridge towards the mountain.
Dick just went on forward and he got stung by a load of bees. They said they're painful, so we're just trying to give them a wide berth and just avoid them at all costs.
So one on my tip and one on my the back of my knee. They're big and painful, man.
How big?
Like this.
Jesus.
Yeah, and one was stuck in my backpack.
No.
How big? I probably stood in a nest. So probably had a nest in the ground, and all four of us walking over it. Woken them.
Yeah.
After a brief break, we pulled ourselves back to our feet and pushed on towards the tallest peak in Suriname. For the first time, we could see it in the distance, rising above the canopy, a reminder of how far we still had to go. For this, we can see the highest peak. Juliana top right in front. It's a hell of a point on top, but we're not far. Really looks far though. Realising just how far we still had remaining, we got back to work, hacking through dense jungle for several more hours. Eventually, we paused for a quick briefing to talk through our options. It became clear we needed to come up with a plan, not just to reach the top, but to survive whatever came after.
So I think we have two choices basically. If we have to make our own trail, to go there and back before dark's not gonna happen. So potentially we have to walk back the whole way in the dark, which is a little sketchy. Or we just have to like stay on the mountain until sunrise, which I think is the more sensible option. I mean, it's gonna be shitty, probably we're not gonna sleep and we're gonna be cold and hungry, but it's better than getting lost, coming back in the dark.
I think everybody agrees we're not going back, right?
No, f that.
So first thing is we're gonna go to the mountain, see what time we'll get there, see how much energy we have, see how far we can get back. Or at some point we're like, man, we lost all the cut marks, we don't know where we are. We're gonna stay put, wait until morning, and then continue.
Food-wise, we have the energy bars and we have the coffee. We have water, so we should ration that. Only thing which, yeah, it's dumb, I should have taken a lighter or something. At least we could have made a fire. We just lay next to each other on the ground.
Spooning, guys.
Yeah.
With the possibility of making history, we kept moving forward. At this point, it wasn't strength keeping us going, it was sheer determination. The summit felt close now, closer than ever, but the jungle wasn't easing up. It grew even thicker, more tangled, more demanding with every step. We were tired, worn down, but we knew we had no other choice but to keep moving forward.
Less than 200 meters from the summit. Final push is on.
Almost there. A nice little present from Mother Nature.
Jesus, it's like a wall of vegetation.
Hey, what a place! Woo! Oh. Yes!
Oh, we made it, man.
Oh. Juliana top. We are here at the highest mountain in Suriname.
Guinness World Record, boys.
Let's go.
First Scotsman potentially up Juliana top.
How are you feeling, Dick?
Tired, but satisfied. Finally, we've been struggling for a week to get up here.
This whole day has been an absolute slog, but Matt and Ash and Dick have all put in an absolute shift up front whilst I've been there filming, but we have got here as a team and I think everyone's done a insane job, so well done boys.
You too, doing all the filming.